Hi everyone, this is Sahid, your anchor, back on the Visa Pathfinder channel. Today we shall be talking about how to apply for the Canada Permanent Residency, which is called for short the PR. So basically, Canada is a dream country for many potential immigrants around the world, and getting a Canadian permanent residency makes it easy to live, study, and work anywhere in Canada. Canada is a country in the continent of North America, and it is bordered by the United States of America mostly, as well as neighboring countries such as Mexico. It's got 10 provinces and 3 territories. And this country extends from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, and northwards it is into the Arctic Ocean, making the country the world's second largest country by total area, and that is after only Russia. Canada has got its capital in the city of Ottawa. With that being said, so guys, let's go. Welcome back. So, what are the benefits of Canada permanent residency? One of those benefits would be the right to live, study, and work anywhere in Canada. You would also be able to extend or renew your visa after 5 years. You would be allowed to bring in your family members to Canada, and so on. The Express Entry program, it is an online system which manages immigration application from skilled workers. So there are three immigration programs: the federal, both skilled worker, and the skilled trade program. Then there is the Canadian experience as well for those who have experience working in Canada. So talk about the steps that are involved. So we got the language, and regarding the language, so we got that both English and French. So you could really go for the approved tests, and the approved tests are both the IELTS, and that's the International English Language Testing System, as well as the CELPIP, and that's the Canadian English Language Proficiency Index program. So for the French exams, you got the TEF and the TCF, and both of them can be taken for you to prove your French proficiency. For education, you need to do an educational credential assessment (ECA) for express entry. So there are also organizations that have been approved to do assessments, and the designated organizations are five, and one of them is World Education Services, which is WES. There is also the International the International Credential Assessment Service of Canada, and we got three other ones: the ICAS, and the International Credential Evaluation Service, as well as the Comparative Education Service. So as soon as you're done with both your language and educational credential assessment, we can actually go together. All you need to do is to create a profile. So to create your profile, so all you need to do is to sign in, or to register rather. All you need to do is to register using the GC key. And you can just follow the prompts to create an account. After creating the account, you need to put in all the details, and that will lead you to have your points or your score. And if you do have more than the cutoff points at the time there is an invitation being, I mean, when there is a draw being conducted, then you would have an ITA, which is called an invitation to apply. If you're not meeting the cutoff that they do have from time to time, then you can actually also apply for the provincial nomination, which is called the PNP. And creating the profile is totally free. The last round of invitations or draws that we've had, um, this is just showing the CRS score of people who are in the pool, and that's a total of 222,166, and that shows the breakdown of the score, and that is at 8th of June 2023. So you would need to find your own national occupation classification or national occupational classification, which is called the NOC. So this is more or less what is used to classify each occupation. And on 16th of November 2022, the country actually switched back to the 2021 version of the NOC. And that's the 5 digit NOC version where you would have to figure out what your own NOC would be. And as been displayed on the screen, you can see all the examples of various occupations and what their NOC codes are. So you can always use the search button or your filter to find out what yours would be. So the last invitation that took place on the 8th of June, I was 4,800 people and the minimum score was 486, and it goes on and on like that. Then talk about the documents that are required for application. That's you do need to have a police certificate, medical exams, proof of fund, birth certificate, among others, marriage certificate, and so on. And once you get an invitation to apply, you would need to book appointments with panel physicians so they can provide you with medical certificate. They can provide a medical certificate on your behalf. And similarly, that applies to the police certificate as well, so which you would have to contact the police department of the country where you're living or the countries that you have lived. Regarding the proof of fund, it actually varies depending on the family size. Um, Take for instance, a family of one is just 13,757 Canadian dollars, while a family of seven is 36,407. And every single additional family member would have you would need to have 3,706 additionally after seven people capped. So the summary of everything is that now when you have all your documents in place, you submitted your application, you would have to pay the required fee for application when you have been invited, when you have your ITA or when the draw happens and you're selected. You would have 60 days to put in all your documents and submit everything that is required, like I mentioned. So after the expiration of the date, your documents will be reviewed, and it takes an average 6 months of processing timeline. So it could take more than sometimes it could take more than 6 months, but usually within 6 months, an outcome is determined. So there is always an outcome within 6 months period. But if there is none, it would probably just take a little bit more. So um, and once the application has been processed and the application is approved, you would have your visas stamped on your passport through the application centers closest to you, approved by the government of Canada. So, and that's everything actually in summary about the Canadian permanent residency application. Um, if you do have any questions or more clarifications, you can always get in touch with us. And don't forget to like and share and click the button for updates. So as soon as we have a new video uploaded, you would have that always pop up on your screen. We will be seeing again pretty much soon. And this is Sahid saying goodbye and see you later.